Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. This is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien Professor, here with you. And as always, I am here with my friend Grifflet. Hi, Grifflet. I see the morning dawn is breaking over Forakale here, and you're still faithfully standing here in the field where I've left you after running away from giants, and we've got to go and run after the giants still a little bit more to finish. We've got 6 more giants that we need to kill here, as I recall, so we better get back to work here. There they are. That's right. Okay, so we're going to sneak in, and we're going to attack some giants. And while I engage in some giantish combat, well, first of all, let's have some food before we engage in giantish combat. And some other consumables here, because we can. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, good. Excellent. What are these? Ah, scrolls of battle lore. Why not? Let's do that too. Yeah. We'll do all that stealth. Okay, all right. Now we're good. Okay, so while Grifflet is engaged in some giantish combat, I'm going to see if I can't... knocked me backwards. Tried to prevent him, but I couldn't. Okay, we're going to see if I can't answer some lore questions while I'm talking at the same time, which is kind of a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. So, okay. My first question, hang on. I want to back up. Come on, Mr. Giant, chase me over here. That's right. I don't want that other giant to come and interrupt us, because, you know, we're having a moment here, you and me, Mr. Ice Giant Warrior, and I don't really want to fight that other Ice Giant Warrior at the same time, if it's all the same to you. So we'll just do that. Okay, so my question was, the first question that I wanted to attempt to answer was from a listener by email who was asking a really interesting question about Tolkien's world building, okay? And the thing that I find this to be a really general question. This is almost more like a sort of a category of questions rather than a really specific question that I want to answer, because I do think it's important. You lived through that, Grifflet. That was pretty close. Okay, let's. How about let's recover? Can we do that, Grifflet? Okay, why don't you recover? So the question comes from Alan, and he was asking about. He says about Tolkien's apparent decision, while so carefully creating so much detail about his fantasy world, to ignore many practical world-building considerations. While the Western lands are a medieval agricultural economy, there's no explanation for how elves and orcs subsist and reproduce. We see no elf farmers. The question about why do elves reproduce so little, like why aren't they, since they live so long, why aren't they overrunning their environment? How do orcs reproduce? Are there orc women? We don't even know. The question isn't ever even really answered in the text. So how do we understand? How do we handle all these things? Why doesn't Tolkien answer these questions? And what do we do? So okay, and the reason I think it's not that. My point is actually not even to talk about this specific question so much. I mean, I do want to talk about this specific question, but to me, the more important thing, as I said, is really about the overall kind of category of things. The question of Tolkien's subcreation, what even he was sort of doing with his subcreative process, and what that really kind of meant to him as he was building. So let me kind of address that, because basically there are a lot of questions like this. If you are sort of sitting and thinking about it, there are lots of questions that you might have about lots of things, about like economies and agriculture and things like that. And these are things that generally Tolkien doesn't talk about at all in his works. I mean, Alan, you're absolutely right to point out that, you know, the issue of agriculture is never addressed. We can see some places where it is possible. I mean, for instance, Gondolin, to point to one example, right? Elvish Gondolin. It's certainly not that they couldn't have, they could not have supported itself. It absolutely could have. The fields around Tomb Laden there within the Vale are certainly enough to grow sufficient food to support Gondolin. Oh, good, he found me. Oh. Come on, don't stun me. That's no fun. All right. I'd quite rather stun you. Anyway, so again, the problem is not that Tolkien's world is incompatible with these things. The way that I would say it, and what I think is really, frankly, quite important to understand and an important place to begin thinking about these kinds of questions, is that Tolkien's stories on the whole are not interested in these questions. And that might seem kind of hard. That is to say, like, it's simply disappointing, just to say, oh, there's no answer to this question, so stop asking, right? I mean, who wants to do that? Tolkien, on the one hand, Tolkien's world is a world that seems to invite these kinds of questions. Darn it, I was so close. This is a risk, by the way, of course, the risk of trying to talk and fight at the same time. I'm certainly not at my LOTRO combat best when I'm trying to answer lore questions at the same time. But at the same time, I dislike just streaming and fighting. So I'd rather fight and talk, even if it means I don't always fight exceptionally well. But we do what we can. Okay. Hang on, I gotta reinstate my food here. There we go. All right. Okay. I'll come in again as soon as I'm healed. Hey, you come over here. Oh, you're a missile person. That is so vexing. Didn't even notice that. Thought you were a warrior, not a rock thrower. All right. Anyway, okay. So, as I was saying, there's Tolkien's world is certainly one that invites these kinds of questions, and it's obvious that these questions were asked of Tolkien himself in his own lifetime, very early on, and this is something that he himself kind of talked about in his own letters and sort of marveled about. That everybody wanted to know all of these details about things that he hadn't worked out, that he himself hadn't really thought through yet. And there are a couple things that I would say about this. On the one hand, Tolkien was always very quick at being able to come up with answers to these questions. He did not himself always think them all through. Yes, his work is very thorough, and yes, his sub-creation is extremely detailed, and yet this wasn't his priority. He was not that interested in the economics and the agriculture and things like that. They obviously don't play a part in his story. People talk, sub-creating and world building. And honestly, I think that these two things, they're often used synonymously, sub-creating and world building, and I think they're actually different things. They are, managed to disrupt that while I was talking. World building does mean going through and fleshing out all of these details of the world, and Tolkien fleshed out many details of the world, but he wasn't interested in all details equally all the time. And there are some things that he just flat doesn't talk about and doesn't really show much interest in. And there are other things which many other world builders ignore, which he's extremely interested in. For instance, the philological situation, and the interrelationship of all whose language influenced which over time, and how you can tell where these different language families ultimately came back from, and everything. There is not another fictional world in existence which is more intricately involved with and interested in philological questions of language and language origin. That is something that Tolkien, that is sort of all Tolkien there. But But again, there were other things that he wasn't interested in. Do I think that they are irrelevant questions to ask? I certainly don't think they're irrelevant questions to ask, but you're not going to find answers to a bunch of these things. Now, again, in his letters, Tolkien does answer some of these questions. He was good at thinking of these things on the cusp. On the spur of the moment, when somebody put them to him, and when he did think about it, he could think it through. So it's not that these answers don't exist. But I think the really important thing to recall is that he is... there are other things that he is actively interested in. And to some extent, I think it's easy for us to want to kind of invest in Middle-earth and in Tolkien's world as if it really is an objectively existing thing. Something that is beyond us, beyond Tolkien, that is just sort of out there that we want to learn more about, that we want to get more lore about. And, again, that's understandable, that's admirable in many ways. But I think it's important also to think about what was important to Tolkien. What was he trying to do? Not to look at it as like, this was a shabby piece of world building, right? But rather to be saying, hey, look, this is... there you go. Come over here. Now, can you come up here with me? Oh, I just evaded you. Oh, that must be frustrating. Yeah, come up here. We should be safe up here. Thank you. Instead of looking at it as shabby world building because he doesn't answer, the question that you most want answered, you should instead be willing to say, what is he? What is the story interested in? What is the story actually giving us? And that's why I think it's important not to just think of it as an external thing, but to think of it as, this story, the story that Tolkien wrote, and what does it give us? Because what he was interested in was myth, the mythic elements of the story. And in some ways, some of the things which are, important for scrupulous world building, I think, are actually antipathetic to good myth. It's not just that you don't need to know about, the economic basis of the kingdom of the Geats, of the Yeats, Beowulf's people, in order to understand Beowulf. It's not just that. The story of Beowulf is weakened by the fact that we don't really know the economic basis of his kingdom, right? That is untrue. I believe that is untrue. But it's not just that statement is untrue. I would go further to say if we did have large stretches of that poem telling us about the economic basis of the kingdom, it would be a lesser we would enjoy the story less. It would be less of a story. It would have less of an impact, and we would be a good deal less likely to still be reading it. So, it is what it is, and it tells us what it tells us. And what it tells us is important. And we need to be reading it as myth. If we're looking around the corners all the time because we want something else, right, a different kind of story, we want different kinds of information, then we're not going to be getting what Beowulf has to offer us. And that's true of Tolkien's work as well. And I think it's really important that we need to kind of hold on to that and recognize that, these questions aren't necessarily all going to be answered. But of course, ultimately, that's a good thing. Here we are within the LOTRO world. And of course, from the perspective, certainly if you ask the LOTRO people, right, you ask the Turbine people, they will not be a bit disappointed that Tolkien didn't flesh out all of the details, because it leaves it open for them to flesh out. And Tolkien even talked in that way, talking about how, leaving things open for other hands to, for other, stories for other hands to tell with paint and with music and with words. Engaging. In a sense, it's about separating the process of enjoying the stories and what Tolkien did right, and investing yourself as a world builder and sub-creator. And both things are interesting and legitimate activities. And again, it's one of the things that I love about LOTRO. Where are we? Okay, so we're here. We're going up. Let me see where I'm going here. Oh, yeah, I got to go around. Over there, we're good. Okay. gotta go find Saya and tell her I did her chores. Killed some wights and I killed some giants, and now I'm coming back. So anyway, I wanted to bring up that because I get questions like that a lot, and sometimes, and Alan did not give me the impression that he was just trying to poke holes. Sometimes I do get emails from people who, it sounds to me, are trying to poke holes, like, I thought of something that Tolkien didn't think of, or this is a hole in Tolkien's plot. It's like, no, it's not a hole in his plot. He just doesn't care about that. His story is not interested in that question. You are interested in that question, and that's great, but it's not... it's just not what the story is interested in, and you can't ask the story a question that it isn't going to answer. It reminds me of a line from Plato. Plato talked about that the thing about a book is, no matter what question you ask it, it always tells you the same thing, right? It doesn't change its story. It can't give you further information. And Tolkien's books, as rich as they are, of course, that's true of them as well. Anyway, that's why I wanted to start with that one today. Hi, Saya. Yeah, so, I killed the frost giants. Only a hobbit of great valor would dare to face such mighty and terrible creatures. Well, thank you. I thought I showed some prowess myself. My task was futile, for a mortal cannot eternally banish a spirit, but the courage... So, okay, it was useless. What you sent me to do was useless, you're telling me. Well, fine. Okay. Tell me the tale. I earned the right to hear the tale. That's such a great reward, Saya. I really appreciate it. Known only to them and to very few among the learned... Oh, kept by my kindred. I skipped a bit. No, I'm like, known only to whom? Known only to your kindred. Okay, good, yeah. When the great sea monster came to take the Laihahera away, the Laihahera away, my people begged him not to mount upon it, for the Witch King could send terrible storms to drown them all, but he would not listen. Surely as the monster moved out into the great water, a most violent storm came from the north and caused the monster to be dashed upon the ice and slain. For many days the storm raged, and all who were caught outside of the village perished in the deep snow and blinding ice rain that poured from the sky. When it finally ended, we went in search of survivors, both of the Lumivaki and of those who had gone out upon the sea monster, but there were none. In the following year another sea monster appeared like unto the first, but it was slain ere it neared the land, and the Vanhavaki who rode upon it fled its ruin. That would be the elves that I'm looking for, right? Though we found many bodies frozen in the ice, the trail was lost at the mouth of a cave sealed by ice. Ooh. So I'm looking for perhaps some elf people who are entombed in ice? Or have they been living for centuries sealed up in this cave? That seems grim. This cave lies within Talvimuri. It is a dangerous place, but I do not think you should fear to go there. Okay? You'll guide me. All right. If the elf does not live, you will likely not find any remains beyond his clothing. Wouldn't he be like frozen in ice? Like I'm not going to get to see him like Han Solo in Carbonite or something? If he bore this ring you seek, it should be among his belongings if they remain, unless I've got to chip it out of the ice, which would be awkward. But I'm up to the challenge. All right, so I'm going to try going with you by myself. We'll see how that works out. Let's go. All right. Okay. Very good. So, all right, Saya, what's going on here? Oh, I almost forgot my audio. Goodness, doing so many things today that I totally forgot to even connect my audio. So I missed my Gandalfian voiceover there. That's so sad. I always liked my Gandalfian voiceover. There we go. Okay, Saya, I'm here, and I'm inspired, and I'm ready to go.
From whence came you in this cold winter?
All right, let's hurry. Let's find the ring. Okay, I'm searching for Narcuil, and I'm protecting Saya. Oh, good. I'm so good at protecting things. Yeah, and you don't look anything like a tree. Yeah, let's retrieve the ring before Mordrimbor. Wait, Mordrimbor knows about this? Hey, wait, how do you know about Mordrimbor? You totally weren't there. Did I tell you? Did somebody else tell you? Did they come on a fast mammoth while I was gone and tell you about the encounter with Mordrimbor? I don't know, Saya. But so far this protecting you gig is pretty easy. He's nearer at hand than we thought. Really? Where? What? Do you see footprints? Is there a thing? What am I? Right. So I'll just go on then, shall I? I'm supposed to protect you, but nothing's attacking you. So, okay. So you pointed down here. Wait, Master, who? Wait, Mordrenbor's talking? The way has been blocked to hinder us. Hang on a second, I missed dialogue. Where was I getting Mordrenbor's dialogue? Wait a second. We must find something that can thaw this. We need to melt our way through the... The way has been blocked to hinder us. Okay. We must hurry if we are to find your ring. It's not my ring, actually, but I think I know what you mean. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta go. Mordrenborg had dialogue, which I didn't get. Okay, didst thou think that with the aid of this elderly hag thou wouldst best me? Well, that was rude. I will claim Narcuil as my own and deliver it to my new master. Thou wilt bow at my feet before thy death. Who's thy new master? You have a new master? Oh, and this is master who no matter. Okay, so she's confused about that too? Okay, right, you're just going to endlessly repeat that we must find something to thaw this. So, okay. Oh, look, it's a torch. Hey, maybe with this little torch, I can melt the ice. What do you say, huh? Here we go. I got some fire. I did it. Woo! Okay, that was a really hot torch. That's cool. Let's continue. Yeah. And I'm still supposed to protect you. Maybe something will begin. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. Don't you even try it. Alright, I've got to protect Saya or else I'm in trouble. We don't want another walking tree situation. The more time you guys can spend stunned, the better I'll be happy. Perhaps if I'd had a few more of those stunners, I could have saved the tree. Never to be forgotten. Oh, did you guys kill those bumbles? Hey, oh, hey, there's another torch we could use. If we need me to melt through another... Ooh, a Grim. You know, attack the Grim? You totally are. Because that's just what you do. Okay. Can I throw sand in the eyes of the Grim? Can I? Because that would be awesome. I would really like to throw sand in the eyes of the Grim. Okay, I guess we killed it. That was cool. No problem. Okay, Saya. So, who's Mordrenbor's new master? I'm trying to remember. Didn't we last see him? Wasn't he still serving Amarthiel at that point? I really kind of thought he was. Oh well. Hey, but at least you're attacking me. I encourage that. Because Grifflet is a burglar who really wishes he were a guardian. It's kind of been his little open secret for a while now. Snowmaster and what was the other ones? Fire starters or hearth kindlers or what were they? I've actually got snow on you. You just came in from outside? Right? And you look really chilly. Like you're all blue and everything. Okay, Saya. No problem. Follow me. Okay, I'll follow you. Here we go. Oh, we got some bumbles. They're up to no good. One of them is napping in a particularly threatening way. They really weren't. Whoa! They really weren't doing any harm. But that's okay. Yikes! Be stunned, Cave Pyko. Uh-oh. I'm losing Saya. Okay. dear. Don't kill her. Can I do anything to draw its aggro onto me? No. Darn it. See, okay. Drat. Let's try that again, Saya.
Came you in this cold winter?
I'm ready to go.
From whence came you in this cold winter?
All right, Saya. I'm totally gonna protect you this time. Oh, yeah, Grimslayer. Great. All right, Saya. I don't know how to keep the bumbles off you, but we'll do what we can. Look, where? Where is his dialogue coming from? I can't see. Oh, there he is. He's up top. Okay. That's right. I'm not going to bow at your feet before or after my death. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, how about I get a torch? Good idea. Okay. No problem, Saya. Melt the ice here. Then we'll go. We'll be fine against the Angmarim, and we'll try something different with the Bumbles. A cave scout, huh? Saya is practically uninjured. Okay. Alright, Saya, we got this now. But don't you ever recover your health? Okay, we got the Grim. We're going up this way, right? This is our route. Okay, I'm going in front of you so I can draw the aggro of the Bumbles. Okay, first of the... Oh, Firebrand, that's what it was. Hi there, Angmarim Firebrand. Don't you attack her. That is super rude. That's right. You just think I can't protect her, but I totally can. At least you didn't seriously injure her, or indeed... at all. Okay. Stay. Hey, that's right. No, turn your back on her. You're totally more threatened by me. Is that how I can make you? If I make you turn around backwards, because you can tell that my attacks are getting an advantage when you've got your back to me? Does that work? Okay. I guess that would be the more burglarious and the less guardianish approach. Okay, Saya, don't worry. You run the other way. I'll go up here and I'll aggro the Bumbles. Hey, guys! Look at me over here. I'm so threatening. No, not her. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'll throw a marble at you. I really will. Okay, she's doing okay this time. I think we got it. Are you both attacking me? You are! Hooray! Okay. A little change in the positioning. Worked here. Okay. Excellent. Good, you're attacking me too. Okay. This is going much better, guys. Being so much more cooperative this time. Who's a good bumble? Okay. Alright. Yeah, whew. Please do catch your breath. Maybe even recover your health. There you go. Good job, Saya. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Oh, up that way, is it? Off we go. Right, because this is where Mordrenbor was, up on the other level, and there's more bumbles. Don't run. Oh, they just took down the Angmarim. Well, that's kind of nice. Hey, if I stab you in the back, will you face me? Yes, you will. Oh, good, both of you are. How friendly. Okay. That's what we like to see. You're not paying attention to me. Good, good. There we go. Phew. Okay. Excellent. All right. Oh, and you're going to recover your health too. Very, very good. Okay, so right, so they've been having trouble with the snowman around here. Wait, dust apple. Oh, you up? There you go. You didn't believe I would live this long, huh? Well, Mordrenbor, do not trust this will continue. So what are you doing here, Mordrenbor? Like, why are you here putting obstacles in my path? Did you already find Narcuil? In which case, why are you hanging around? If you haven't found Narcuil, why are you bothering taunting me? All those who placed hope in thee will suffer until their bitter end. Oh, it's like that, is it? That's kind of personal. Okay, Saya, what are we going to do? Because he's being kind of rude in an ad hominem or ad hobitem kind of way. Wait, quickly kill it? Who? Uh-oh. Whoa! The bumble threw it off. Oh, but he had a torch. Okay. Quickly, this way. He dropped a torch. Is that going to be important? That, uh-huh. Yeah, a hindrance. I thought we might want it. Torch. Okay, no, it's not the dead body I want. It's his torch. He must be powerful indeed if he can freeze and thaw at his will. There you go. Another super torch melted all the ice. Off we go. That's right. I'll go first in case there are bumbles. Here we are. Oh! Went the wrong way. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall. Okay. All right. We got this. I am. These old bones don't move like they used to. Well, you used to be really fast then. Okay, well, these Grims shouldn't be much of a problem. Grims were pushovers before. Oh, I thought you were going to throw me off the cliff there. Okay, oh, there's something else up here. Oh, just some more Angmarim. Good, good. Yes, all of you aggro on me. Don't pay any attention to her. Hey guys, I'm over here. Okay, that's 2 of them. Can I get your attention too? What happens if I stab you in the back? Do you like it? I don't think you do. I might just have to take you out. Okay, good, good. Cave scouts and diggers? No, it's a snowmaster. Okay. Alright. Griffwood, you're getting the hang of this protection gig. There comes a firebrand, but he's attacking me, so no problem. Hey! Excellent. We go back to beating you up, because you were almost fully beaten up before. So, I'm trying to figure out what Morgenbor is up to, and it may be that I'm losing my place in the epic quest line here. He talked about his new master. Do we know who his new master is? I mean, Amarthea was having issues, but he's defected? That happened publicly? I'm just losing my place here. Saya seemed confused too, but of course she seems a little bit less confused than I would have expected her to be, frankly, because how does she even know who Morgenbor is? Which way, Saya? Away from him? Okay, I agree. Let's go over here. Oh, and you would just come up here and aggro the bumbles, wouldn't you? Alright. So, Morgenbor's plan here, I mean, his defiance, trying to scare the Lossoth back at their capital was one thing, you know, that was, not only was it sort of a sensible and kind of normal scare tactic, but of course it makes sense from a lore basis too, right? I mean, we know that the Lossoth were reluctant to help Arvedui, the last king, because they were afraid of the Witch King, right? Because the Witch King had control over the weather and, you know, could cause freeze or thaw at his will, and so therefore they are afraid to cross him. So the idea that he would be trying to intimidate the Lossoth, you know, fits with everything else we know and have heard. But what Morgenbor is up to here, the elf was frozen in, so we're looking for the body of a long dead elf. Hey, what are we listening to? Shh. What am I hearing? What? Is Morgenbor up to... Oh, yes, he is. What progress hast thou made? Work is slow, master. It will take time. Okay. Are they chipping away? It's the body encased in ice, like I thought. If thou cannot do the work, I shall find someone who can. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he going to throw somebody off the Tarpeian rock up there? Oh, no. Oh, he set fire to him first and then threw him off. Oh, man. Another hindrance. Okay. He must be powerful indeed if he can freeze and thaw at his will. Oh, you already said that. Some new strength drives him. Yeah, he said something about a new master. Search the area for a way through. Way through where? Here? This is the way we came up, isn't it? Where are we? Oh, here, right behind you. Right, okay. Sure. Well, fortunately, the guy I set fire to, I could just bring its corpse, but that would be gruesome. So I'll bring the torch that the corpse dropped. There we are. Griffwood is getting wet. Okay. So, new strength drives Morgenbor, and he is freezing and thawing at his will, which is a hint, right? Because that's the power that the Witch King had. he spoke of a new master, so he's not serving Amarthiel anymore. He's upgraded from Amarthiel, but it's Amarthiel's ring he's looking for, or something. Hey, don't you throw Saya around like that. I'm supposed to be protecting her. Okay. Oh, no, you're still there, Frostgrim. Okay. Uh-oh. Are we just going to let them fight it out up there? No, wait, just wait. 2-on-1. This is a fair match. Oh, they took out the Bumble. Hey, guys. Yeah, what about me up here? Hey, look, I'm over here. About to kill you from back here. That's right. I'm so much more intimidating than she is. You should turn your back on her at all times. Okay. So, new master, freeze and thaw at will. These are the clues we're getting here. But again, so he's here to find Narquiel, but not for Amarthiel. So is this now some kind of internal power struggle thing going on with Amarthiel and somebody else? And now Mordrimbor is picking a different side. And what is the task? Presumably chipping away at the ice where the dead elf is buried. Because the dead elf would have found Narquiel, but maybe he didn't find it. I don't know, Sai, I'm getting a little confused. Have to admit. Uh-oh. You're tired and this fight is not mine. You're wishing you didn't come? Go and defeat Mordrimbor. Maybe we can find out more about this new master of his. Oh, phew. Good thing that the earthquake knocked. You're just going to sit next to a torch, pretending to be a ranger. Okay. All right, you rest. I'll go confront Mordrimbor all by myself. Because, you know, that's how it should be. Griffin and Mordrimbor. One-on-one. Come on, Mordrimbor. There you are. What else you got? What else is here? Nothing else? Okay, so you're using that enormous flame to try to melt your way through the... Hey. You were wondering if thou would make it this far. Yes, I did. Thou hast quite a talent for avoiding death. Yes. I do. Yeah, if thou dost insist on hindering my progress, then I will deal with thee now. Mordrimbor, your conjugation's getting better. If thou would but aid me, thou wouldst receive great rewards. My new master knows how to honor those who aid him. Okay, yeah, who's your new master? Let's talk about this. I didn't even say nay. I mean, I was going to say nay, but you didn't give me a chance to say nay. I won't leave this place. Oh, yeah? All right, let's do this, Mordrimbor. I'm going to stun you to keep you from doing whatever perfidious thing you were just getting ready to do next. Absolutely. Oh, let us see how they fare against the winds of the north. What does this mean? You're going to summon a Frostgrim? That's kind of wussy. I mean, of you. I don't think you can take me toe-to-toe, so you're going to summon a Frostgrim. Seriously. But, right, again, see, the idea here is that he's summoning the winds of the north, right? Just like the Witch King. So here again we have Mordrimbor as stand-in for the Witch King, explicitly using the Witch King's powers. Got it. I'm tracking with you, Mordrimbor. I mean, I'm still going to mess you up. Something awful, but I'm tracking with you. What's it? Did you just set me on fire? That is so rude. I'm going to throw sand in your eyes just for that. Would you stop knocking me across the room? That is so annoying. The winds carry fell voices. Oh, interesting. Little gratuitous Fellowship of the Ring reference there. There are fell voices on the wind. How the wind howls! It is howling with wolf voices! Or frost grims. Yeah, come on. I'll take you down again. Oh, you just set me on fire again. I can't interrupt that induction? Okay, Morgenborn. Is it just you and me this time, or are you going to summon the North Wind again? I don't like your chances, Morgenborn. You have not managed to make much progress here against my morale. Yep. I think you're in some trouble. The duel has been long in coming, Morgenborn. This is for all those rangers I helped to bury in Tinadir. And my good friend Tadan. Oh, another Frostgrim? That is so lame. Wait, Angmar's power over things more terrible than thy darkest nightmares. Really? I don't know, Morgenborn. This just doesn't seem to be working for you. Yeah. So when are you gonna I probably have to, so I have to burn you down all the way again? I burned you down, what, 3/4 of the way this last time? Or was it 2/3? So is this gonna be the last time? Are you finally gonna confess? I want to see you lying prone on the floor confessing to me who your new master is. Yeah. You know you cannot defeat me. Fine, set me on fire again, but it's not going to do you a lick of good. Not a lick, I tell you. Okay, oh, where are we going? I'm going on a field trip now, Morgenborn? Uh-oh. I'm swaying drunkenly. But that ice is still on fire. You tire of this? Well, you tire of getting your butt kicked from one end of this room to the next? Join with me. I'm not going to join with you. Didn't we just establish that I was busily rearranging your anatomy a minute ago? Those who stand against Morgenborn, champion of Angmar and servant of the great eye, will surely fare. You've promoted yourself into a Marthiel's place. Champion of Angmar, a lofty title, says Saya. Okay, yeah. Ah, the hag, thou hast come to die as well. Okay, no. You don't think you're going to die? Thou hast revealed much. Yeah? Treacherous tongue should not wag so freely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Treacherous? Yeah. Uh-oh. You know, I had a bad feeling about that. Oh dear. It's a Marthiel. Yeah. I was kind of wondering why you were coming with me to find the ring. I should let thee go unwatched to Forakel. Oh, you've been spying on her. Oh dear. So you elevated yourself into her position. Oh, Mordrimbor's in trouble. Marthiel, I was going to kill him myself. Then you and I could have fought, which we haven't done yet. Marthiel, let the record show that I warmed him up for you. Okay? Where's he going? He's running away? You're letting him get away? Oh dear. Now that ice is on fire. Well, good thing for old time's sake, I protected her from enemies for a long time in a different form. Let's see, this is right. This is where he was trying to get. Aha! The ancient chest. So what do we have here? What do we have here? Frozen elves. Ancient frozen elves. Ooh, that one's buried in the ice. Or is that... No, those are clothes. There's not a body in those clothes. That must be his pajamas, which he had laid out here. He's clearly wearing his clothes. You can tell because there's a dagger in his boot, which he wouldn't keep in his PJs. So those are his PJs. But there he is, and he just before he was going to change into his PJs, and there's his bag, and there's his friend, the other frozen elf, around their campfire, which gave out, but yet there's wood sitting right next to it, so you'd wonder why they froze to death with spare wood sitting right there. And here's another set of pajamas, just like the other ones, so with his sword and shield, so that's okay. More elves and yet more spare wood sitting around, and more... Okay, well, this is so sad. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stand on the frozen corpse there. That would be awfully rude. But an ancient chest. I'm glad you brought with you an ancient chest so that you could find the... I found a fragment of Narcuel. Yay! Okay, that's so exciting. Can I see? All right, there's half of the ring Narcuel. Great. Lyrdon, I wonder where the other half is. I know I've got to go back and talk to Arvedui. Of course I do. Can I get out this way? Hey, guys, can I... No? All right, I got to come back. I got to go all the way back. Tell me I've got to go all the way back out. There's got to be a way out, right? I bet now Amarthiel's gone and the flames have died down from over here where she set the hallway on fire, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. I'll chase the bad guys. Where are they going? I don't know. Okay. Oh, no, that's just the end. I wonder what came of Saya, the Witch of the... There she is. What do you have to say for yourself? So you know where to find the cave where the elves hid. Yeah. Oh. You are mighty to face such creatures as the ice giants. So she wasn't Saya the whole time? She just substituted herself for Saya at the last second? What, did Saya just, like, excuse herself to go to the bathroom right before I came in? And... Huh. Well, I guess... Alright. So the whole business with the whites and the... with the whites and the giants was actually assigned to me by an actual Lossoth sage named Saya. Not by Amarthiel in disguise, I guess. So she was only Amarthiel in disguise during the instance. Right? That's what I'm getting from this, I think. Still a little bit confused, but that's okay. All right. There is Talve Muri with my unfriend... With my unfriend, the unhelpful stable master. Now let's go find the right fjord and sneak back into the exhibit to see our Vedui. This isn't the right fjord, is it? Nope. Next fjord over. I always think it's this fjord, but it's never this fjord. Okay. Here we are. Oh, it's nothing but elk. Hey, so the elk still... Did the elk finally take it over? Now under new management. The elk. No, no. Nothing quite as much fun as sneaking past wolves. Right? Just think how hard that is. It takes a truly legendary burglar to manage that. Okay. Oh, that guy just keeled over. Call 911, man. He just died. Oh, okay. He just got, because that guy killed him. I'm like, why on earth did that guy just collapse? I just thought he was having a cardiac incident or something, and the other guy needed to call 911. But that's all right. Okay. Hey, Arvedui. So I found the ring. You know, you've got your grief and your... Did I help? Did I help you at all in your, you know, oath? Yeah, he perished. Pretty much confirmed. I assume he was one of those frozen bodies I found. You won't grieve, for he escaped this Middle-earth to a land much greener, or so the elves say. Well, Halls of Mandos, not really sure if it's green, but, you know, eventually. This ring fragment should be brought to Elrond of Rivendell, for he is wise in matters of the enemy. A ring of power, however minor, is a dangerous thing. That's right, yeah. Okay. Give Master Elrond my gratitude. No problem. I'll tell him the ghost said hi, for it was in his care. It was in his care that my progeny were raised. That's right. Yeah. Yep. I know some of your progeny. Actually, they're nice. Been helping them. If any of my line remain, speak well of me to them and bring them hope of the great deeds to come. Hey, Aragorn, your ancestor says hi. Yeah. Okay. Let's get out of here. What's this one? Yeah. All right. Let's swift travel out. Back to the Shire. Back to Rivendell. To the end of book 13, I think. We're making progress now. Bad guys are chasing each other around.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Isn't it, though? I totally agree. Looks a little warmer here. Griffwood is now looking a little bit overheated. Let's see. There we go. There we are, okay.
How can I
Put your short sleeves back on, Griffwood. Phew. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Okay. Here we are. One stop to Rivendell from here. Going to see Elrond. Time to cross some bridges. That's what I'm thinking. Grifflet just has not been to Rivendell recently enough. Has not fallen off a bridge in weeks and weeks. Okay. Oh, Sam Burke says the Halls of Mandos recently got the frills update, so it probably is greener, Sam. Yeah, probably so. Oh, no, hang on a second. Sorry, I'm just talking to stable masters, you know, one after another. Okay. What do you think, Grifflet? Let's go find Elrond. I bet Lyrden is going to be excited. No, Lyrden is all like dark and embittered now. I forgot. Stormed out of the council. Thinks Elrond is going to have him killed or something. Okay. One bridge successfully navigated. That is so exciting. Alright, I'm gonna answer another lore question. I know I've got an Elrond related lore question here, so I should talk about that. Let me see. If I end up swimming, I'll start it right away. If not, I'll save it for after I talk to Elrond and wait until I get to my next thing. Okay. You can do it, Griffwood. Oh yeah, you so have this. Yes, sir. Over on terra firma, we're good. Except I fall off the ramp. That's good. But hey, falling off into the flowers, not such a big deal. All right. Strong work there. Strong work. Upstairs. Love the new carpets, Elrond. Really looking sharp. Love what you've done with the place lately. Okay.
Dark days are coming.
I've returned from Forakel. Yep, only took me a couple minutes. And with the fragment of Narcuil. Yep, pretty unlikely, but I found it. And what is this? Yes, the shade of Arvedui. He says hi, by the way, and thanks for looking after his progeny. Foul end to a good man. May the Valar have mercy upon his spirit. I hope he forgives himself. He needs some counseling, maybe. I mean, like when you curse yourself and then have to fulfill, he really needs to make peace with things. But his greetings are welcomed, but they will be welcomed more by his heir, I think. Oh, I can go to Aragorn and tell him his ancestor says hi. Okay, yeah. Unlike many men, I think you'll find he does not fear the dead or word of them. He is in one of the guest rooms. Yeah, I know where he is. Okay, Elrond, I'll go tell him his ancestor says hi. This will be fun. Okay, and let me start my Elrond-related lore questions. So Tracy asks, he finds it curious that Elrond would have a twin brother and utterly cut him off after Elros chose to lead the Edain to Westerness. Do we know if that was actually the case, or is there any evidence that the two maintained any contact for any length of time afterwards? Right, so did Elrond and Elros at least remain pen pals, right, after Elros went off to Numenor? Okay. My answer to that would be, and Tracy, as you acknowledge, there's not a super definitive answer to this question, but if I had to say, what is my judgment? Do I think that Elrond and Elros remained in communication after Elros departed for Numenor? My answer would be no. No, I don't think they did. And there are two things that would lead me to say that. Thing number one is that let's see, I'm going to see if I can reduce the total number of bridges I have to cross. Thing number one is a purely practical one. Círdan, of course, the shipwright, would theoretically be able to sail to Numenor, but there is no reference to anything like that. The Numenorians are in contact with the elves of Tol Eressëa in the early years of Numenor, like the early centuries of Numenor. But there is no reference to the elves of Middle-earth reaching out to them. And the Numenorians did become famous mariners, but not necessarily in Elros's lifetime, actually. It's not during his time or even the time of his son or grandson, but in the times of the times of Tar Aldarion, that the Numenorians began to return to Middle-earth and to sort of resume contact with Gil-galad, of course, and who would have been able to be in touch with Elrond, of course. So yeah, there's there's not any evidence. Indeed, all the evidence that exists suggests that there was no communication between the Numenorians and Middle-earth prior to the return of the first Numenorian ships, which definitely did not happen in Elros's time. The second reason I have is also would be my answer to the question, well, why not? I mean, why wouldn't Elrond ask, go down and be like, hey, Círdan the shipwright, you do me a favor, could you send a ship out with this letter from my brother to say hi, so we can remain pen pals, like that.
What do you need?
Oh, it's the Road to the Lonely Mountain quest. Yeah, no, not right now, Legolas, thanks, I'm good. Maybe someday, but not now. Boromir, what do you need?
What can I do for you?
No, yeah, Lonely Mountain. No, someday. Boromir, but not quite yet. Hey, Aragorn, you're never gonna... Can I stand up here so I can talk to you? You're never gonna guess who says hi, right? I've got a message from you for... Okay, no, you'll never guess. Yeah. King Arvedui must bear the weight of his own displeasure, apparently. Yet when there is more time, we might speak at more length of your meeting. Well, you don't have time to hear. I'm here to tell you your ancestor says hi, and you don't even have time?
Greetings.
Whatever. Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you again for bringing word of your meeting with the Shade of Arvedui. I hope that his spirit will find rest from its exile. In the meantime, Laerden has been awaiting news of your efforts. Thought he might be. You should go to him and tell him of your adventures. He's in his chambers. Know where that is. Go with the goodwill of all the free people. So look at all these choices for quest rewards. That suggests that this is the end of Book 13. Narhuel goes south. I like that. Okay. Yeah, so that the half ring goes south. Is that what's happening? Okay. So as I go back the other way, I will explain simultaneously the answer to why I think Elrond wouldn't have done that, and my other reason for thinking that they didn't get in contact. And that is that when the choice was made, it was a choice that implied a loss, like not just an eventual loss. This wasn't a, hey, so the two brothers are going to keep hanging out together, but one of them's eventually going to get old and die, and the other one isn't going to. It wasn't like that. It wasn't about that. There's the moment of the choice is the moment of loss. I mean, is the moment of decision, and Elrond would recognize that, and I think that Elrond would sort of respect that. He and his brother chose different destinies and to go in different directions. They were not, so their time together was stopped, was cut off at that time. It wouldn't. There was a sense in which it wouldn't even be sort of fitting. I mean, think about it this way. It's similar to Arwen at the end. I mean, if you think about it. Elrond, I mean, yeah, he was a ring bearer, and like the ring bearers were all kind of supposed to depart and stuff, but did he have to depart right away? I mean, he could have stayed for a little while, like a few dozen years, right? Why does he say goodbye to Arwen there? Why doesn't he at least stay down there longer, right? In Minas Tirith, right? He could have stayed. They could have had father-in-law living down there with him for a while. Think how much fun! Oh, I'm automatically going up the stairs to Elrond's library because I'm in Rivendell, and that's where you go. When you're not thinking about something, that's where my ruts lead. I got ruts in the path leading up to Elrond's library. Anyway, so yeah, there we are. Okay. But no, again, the choice was made. And when the choice, so he brings her there for the wedding, and she's made her choice, and after the wedding, they say goodbye. And it's not like the last possible moment until they were torn away. But in a sense, that's the same kind of attitude that leads Aragorn to lay down his life and die when he does, right? It's that sort of being reconciled with the choice, being reconciled with that fate. Being willing to, not repine against it, not, again, think about Aragorn's reasoning, just as the reasoning of the kings of Númenor, including, of course, Elros himself, is not to wait until old age forces you to die, right? Until you are dragged out of life kicking and screaming, but to submit to your fate, submit to your destiny, to know that departing the earth is what is supposed to happen to you, to sense, okay, it's coming time, right? So I'm going to give back the gift, right? The gift of life. That's very similar to the situation that I think that Elrond faced, both with Elrond and with Arwen. The choice has been made, right? They are to be parted, both from his brother and from his daughter, to be parted, to be maybe eternally parted, at least parted until the end of the world. But he's not going to wait until he's dragged off kicking and screaming in either place, just like Aragorn isn't going to wait until he is unmanned, right, and falls perforce from his high seat. He's going to give back the gift when the time comes, and Elrond does that with his daughter, and I think that I have to imagine him doing that with his brother as well. So they know when they chose, they know. they knew, and I think they would have accepted it in that same way. All right.
How can I be of service?
Let's see, Larden. How can you be of service? The final fragment. Where's the other half? You found the other half, or did I find the other half? Boy, am I getting forgetful, Larden. Anyway, okay. You must prepare now to take the ring south. The plans are nearly... Oh, yeah, I found it, didn't I? The plans are nearly complete. I was perhaps wrong to wish Narculo reforged. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that'd be a bad plan. It must be destroyed, and I believe there is but one place where it may be done. The Cracks of Doom? No way. We have to set out for the Cracks of Doom? Oh, man. I wonder if anyone else is going that way. Maybe we could just... It could be a twofer, right? Could you... Hey, Frodo, tie this to the other ring and then just chuck them both in. Problem solved. It's not far. Well, probably not the Cracks of Doom then, but I deem it will be dangerous. Foes will assail us from every side. Is it like down the hall? Right? And you're worried about Elrond still. But we must succeed. Neither Amarthiel nor Mordrimbor must recover it. Okay. Or his boss. New boss. Right? Mm-hmm. Farewell for now. Okay. Cool. This is a nice sword. This is a nice sword. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like the sword. I'll take the sword. So where are we going?
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Okay. I've been a great help in the past, and now Hey, shouldn't I get a movie? This is book 14. I'm supposed to get a movie at the end of the book, right? This is my first book without a movie. As you know, we will soon depart for Eregion. No, I didn't. I was wondering when you were going to spring on me when it was. That's kind of indirect. Okay. We must be done before you leave. Okay. I would ask you to wait to visit Filegnaneth in the House of Fire here at Rivendell and request provisions of her. Okay. All right. That's just next door. I can do that. Then I would have you journey to the Isle of Tinudir in Evendom. That is not next door. And ask Nat Collop, the stable master, he's a good friend of mine, to send my trusted steed Arel back to me. Right, because you were just there and you want your horse. Right, okay. Last you asked me to venture to Gathforthnear and ask Goadir to return my breastplate to me. It has long been missing. Okay, so you've left stuff all over the place. You got your horse over here and your breastplate up there, and you want me to go pick everything up for you. Return to me and we will depart. Okay, but we're going to Eregion? This is news. That would make sense though. Because you remember, so his daughter Narmaleth was one of the jewel smiths of Eregion with the rings of power, right? So it's one of the lesser rings, but still, right? Ring of power from Eregion. So we have to take it back to the place where it was forged in order to destroy it, because that's what you do, right? So, okay, Larden, I'm tracking with you now, but you left out that piece of information in a crucial moment, and why didn't I get a movie? Oh, man. Instead, you're sending me on errands instead of letting me watch a movie. Okay. Well, that's all right, Larden. I don't mind running errands because lots of people make me run errands. At least you're not going to make me sort things. Okay. Hall of Fire's not far away. Gathforthnear substantially further away, but that's okay. I can get to all those places straight from the... Hey, Bilbo. Whoa. Knee Breakers Manual? Seriously?
Lovely day, isn't it?
Oh, right. I guess. Oh, this is a burglar quest. Right. The Knee Breakers Manual? Like, as a burglar, I'm supposed to learn how to break people's knees? Wow. Kneebreaker was the pet name of a particularly unsavory sort of burglar. People nowadays suppose he was likely a good part orc. So that's okay. So the manual of, not like the manual about how to break knees, but the manual that was written by Kneebreaker, the burglar. Okay, he was a bully, and a knave, but he was possessed of a devilish cunning and was known for his ability to catch his enemies off guard and set them up for the worst kind of trouble should he put his mind to it. Okay. You're not sure the book is going to be of much use to me. Oh, right, yeah, I gotta find the pages. Right, I love the pages quests. Okay, the Book of Knives. Yeah. I came into the profession quite by accident myself, but after my adventures on the quest of Erebor, I decided it might be prudent to learn about those who were of a more professional sort, if you know what I mean. Okay? Professional treasure seeker, is that it? In my studies, I came across mention of this book, but I've never held a copy of it before. It's missing several key pages. Right, I gotta find the pages of that book also. Okay. The Expert's Guide to Dirty Fighting? I don't want to fight dirty. I want to fight cleanly and effectively. Of all the books on burgoing, this is the one I've been most disappointed never to find a copy of. You wanted to know the tricks of the Guide to Dirty Fighting, Bilbo? Okay, it does look much the worse for wear. Yeah, missing pages. Okay, I know, Bilbo. All right.
Good day.
What did I find?
Good day. Might I have a
Is it
word
your
with you?
buttons? I did find your buttons. Okay, I might talk to your friend Glowin later on, but I'm not going to do that now. Okay. All right, Bilbo, I'll look for pages of those books, but you're not the one I came here to talk about. Is there some there are you with a very difficult to pronounce name? Phelegnaneth? Yeah.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Lyrdon's journey is not unknown to me. Well, it was unknown to me. I have gathered many provisions, but I lack the fine clover honey I need to prepare limbus. So I'm getting limbus ingredients, huh? That's kind of cool. You're given to understand that there's an expert cook in the Shire, in the land of the halflings. Yeah, sure, I know where you can get fine clover honey. Yeah. Send someone to Mickle Delving. Sure, yeah, the journey is far. But hey, I'm already traveling over half the known universe here, so not a problem. Yep, go to Mickle Delving, then go up to Angmar, then pop over to Evendim, and then come back. Not a big deal. Okay, too bad I already used my travel skill there, but that's okay. It was totally worth it to skip the long gallop through Forakel, so that's fine. Okay, we'll get you some fine clover honey. Don't suppliers sell those? Like kind of any supplier? No? It's alright. Okay. I'm starting to run out of time here, but let's see what we can do. There we go. Saddle up here. I forgot to equip my new sword. Yeah, alright. Okay. Oops, not a good sign to run into the bushes. Does not augur well for the bridges here, Griffwood. You can do it. No, you can't. Come on, Griffwood. Don't be shy, pony. I know you don't want to go over the waterfall. Alright. There it is. Strong work. Okay. Phew. Let's go to Gathforthnear first. Hey, I don't even have to cross the other bridge. I can go this way. I forgot I milestoned Gathforthnear. Knew that would come in handy sooner or later. Okay, very good. Hey, Udon. How's the waterfall? Behaving itself? I hope so. You keep an eye on it. So many quests. Alright, but I shall resist my completionist impulse. Oh, Lorniel's, the late lamented Lorniel's quarters. Okay, Goladir. Yep. I'm looking for a breastplate. Did Lyrdon leave you his breastplate? Oh, you don't know. You don't recall him wearing it. Okay. Oh, good grief. When you first passed Ramas Deluan, you took refuge at a place called Dolendoth in Imlad Balhorth? Really? First of all, you took refuge there? Why would you take refuge there? Oh, because the dead hadn't arisen yet. Oh, I see. So you fled and left much behind. Perhaps Lyrdon's breastplate was among those belongings. Well, that's a forlorn hope here, Galadir. If I wish to serve Dolendoth, which I don't, You will find the entrance in Imlad Balcorth to the south, and I know where it is. Beware of the dead. Yeah. Okay. Someone else is launching a celebration in there. And okay. Fine. So. Right. Imlad Balcorth. Seriously. So many quests. It just pains me to pass them by. But Griffith, you've got a job to do. Now, yeah. Well, at least it's not deep into it. Oh, right. I remember now. I gotta find that's up in the hills and really annoying. Okay. Alright. Might have to save that one for next time. Yep.
What can I do for you?
Take me to Esteltane. Nat Collop is probably going to tell me that, oh yeah, Lyrdon's horse strayed off and he's now like somewhere deep in Enuminous, and you've got to go save his life from where he's been kidnapped by the evil horses of the Angmarim. Phew, okay. That was a long trip. Yeah, I need to go to see Nat Collop. See what kind of harebrained escapade he's going to send me off on. Do you ever feel like you're getting the runaround? I kind of do sometimes. I mean, Griffith has been Tom Sawyered off on so many different errands since the beginning of this quest line that it's beginning to develop a keen nose for this kind of thing. Let's talk to Nat Collop. After I talk to Nat Collop, I'll probably have to go, yeah. All right. Hey, Nat Collop.
Would you do something for me?
It'd be a mite difficult. Somehow I knew it would be, Nat. He badly needs new shoes. Okay, now, why is that so difficult? And why didn't you give him new shoes before, Nat Collop? What kind of a stable master are you? I'm ashamed of you, Nat. You haven't the materials. Dwarf steel cutlery molds, which I can only get at Thorn's Hall. Really? Really? Yeah. You're sure you can make it worth my while? Oh, are you? Okay, good. So now we're going to literally every corner of the world. Not Forakel, we just came from there. Angmar, Evendim, Eredluin, the Shire, Trollshaws. Everywhere but Eregion this quest is going to take us, so fine. Okay. All right, well, I think I'm going to stay here with Nat Collop. I got to give Nat Collop a talking to about not having enough horseshoes in his stable for keeping Lyrdon's steed properly shod. But I mean, hopefully that will be done by next time. So actually, Griffith is not going to be able to meet his normal slot on Friday of this week either. I'm traveling again this coming week, but I'll try again to do another makeup session next weekend. I will be back Saturday and I'll be home on Saturday next week. So either Saturday or Sunday, I'll try to do another makeup session like this one today. I'm glad you guys could join me. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you again, not Friday, but next weekend. And then after that, should be back to the normal Friday afternoon Grifflet slot from then on. So thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys soon next week. Bye now.